Hi there, poor man's review of an Argo 1000 LE XRT, or a TG Blade 1000 with an Argo sticker on it. Got this machine, the few reasons. One of the bigger one is dealer is 15 minutes away, and I know them all there and trust them. Yeah, all the other big dealerships are over an hour away, so just made more sense. Tow-up machine, needed a tow-up, and it's something able to tow. That's why I don't go with CF Moto. This can tow a lot more. I'm very happy with it. It is quite comfortable for two people. I'm 5'11", 220 plus pounds. Wife is 5'9", able-bodied, and it carries us well, and it doesn't change in handling or responsiveness, which is pretty nifty. 16.5 for this machine in Canada, where I bought it. Came with 3 years extended warranty, so I figured why not? If it gives me trouble, I'll get rid of it. But so far, I mean, I'm still in the break-in period. I'm quite happy. It is comfortable. That back seat, wife seems to like it. She says it's comfortable for her. I find it quite comfortable. I wish the handholds were about an inch longer. But outside of that, it's pretty good. You sit higher up than the driver, so you can actually see over the driver's head, which is better than the Outlander Max Limited I had with the 1000. It was the top of the line model with the air ride. So this thing is just as comfortable, if not more comfortable than that, which is rather surprising. Surprised me. Just got the basic Evo shocks with the 9 inches, give or take, forward and back. Has lots of power, 83 horsepower, more than the CF Moto's Overlands. I like the Overland, but I really don't need that much storage. Some storage would be nice, but I don't need that much. And quite honestly, this was like $1,000 cheaper. And I got to be able to tow stuff, and this tows like almost 1,300 pounds. It's well clutched. It's responsive wherever you put your throttle at. Clutch sounds good. Doesn't seem like there's any much whining. You hear it, but it's not whining like some of the Can-Ams I was used to drive. Power steering works well. 3 modes, off, low, and up high. And I don't have the best of shoulders anymore, and I can turn it pretty easy. And there's a pretty tight turning radius. It's nimble for the size of it. 4-wheel drive works good from what I get so far. I never really put it in a deep mud test. You can lock the entire front and rear differential at the same time. So if the wheels are touching, you should be able to get yourself out. The Maxxis Bighorn 2.0 tires, probably one of the best trail tires out there. 26 inch to come with it. I don't think you'll be able to go much bigger without putting a lift kit on. Not much space. And then I don't know how well the clutch would deal with it. Headlights are okay. LED little daylight running lights around the outside of them. They look pretty. Halogen lights. For the high and low, why dealerships just don't do LEDs for everything anymore, I have no idea. Must be a money thing. Has a 3,000 pound TGB winch. Well, I've worked on enough Warren ones, so what the hell's the difference? Easy to get at, and the radiator is easy to clean at, which is rather nice. Like I said, I'm really impressed with these Evo shocks. Not much adjustment, but man, this thing rides comfortable. I talked about the power steering. The brakes work really good on this. Disc brakes. Only issue is you got to drag it when you come out of a puddle, just because they get a little slippery. This has an engine brake, or controlled hill descent. I don't know what you want to call it, but it sucks. It's pretty weak. Anybody that has a Can-Am or a brute force, and I had a 750, the engine brake on those would pretty much stop you going down a hill. This one here, no, you'll actually run away on you. So you got to use your brakes more. I'm okay with that because, quite honestly, we get a lot more ice here than we do snow come winter, and ice and engine brakes are kind of sketchy at the best of times. The dash is nice. I wish it was tipped up more. If you sit farther back on the machine, it's hard to see the dash. It gets a little fuzzy. If this was tipped up a little bit more, it'll look nice. You'll be able to see it better. It's a pretty blue at night. Doesn't have a temperature gauge on it, which drives me batty. It has a warning light, but it doesn't give you the temperature. And I guess it's the engineer on me. that I really like being able to see the temperature. All the other information's okay, I guess. Fit and finish on this bike could use some work. I mean, great spot for shit to get in there. These little storage containers, well, they're face facts. Anybody could do pretty much better. Other issue I have with this, the rear storage rack is almost useless. Man, oh man, you cannot find that much in aftermarket stuff for this machine. I know that'll get better as time goes on, but this rear storage rack, to find anything that goes there, it's pretty hard. I have to put a duffel bag or something there for the time being. Doesn't give off much heat on the legs. It's actually comfortable that way, and it's been 30 degrees here the last few days, and good so far. But in saying that, the heat out the back end is pretty impressive. This bar, when it says warning, it gets hot, you can burn your fingers. Yeah, they're right. I'll never take that warning sticker off. You can actually burn your hands. I would not recommend this as a mud machine. I mean, it's just, there's so much spots for the mud, especially like skag material to get into, that I think you're looking for a fire, especially with the heat on the back end. And I don't know if I trusted that much for like really deep mud. For work, basic trailing, and normal mud, no problem. The four-wheel drive seems pretty impressive, but I wouldn't go much farther than that. Is it worth the money? 16.5 Canadian, cheaper than a CF Moto Overland, cheaper than a 1000 Can-Am. I mean, one good thing about it, with the heat issue, you don't got to put a programmer on it or get it detuned. You know, if the dealership's close, I'd give it a try. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised about how comfortable this machine is. And there is something to say about not many of them being out there. I mean, face facts, you can't move it around here without tripping over a Can-Am. It handles well. Like I said, it spins pretty easy. It has a nice tight turning radius for the size of it. The engine sounds nice. Smooth. Goes up hills and down hills. No trouble at all. For a two-up machine, I rather like it. The only reason I made this video, there really wasn't much on YouTube about the Argos. So I figured I'd put my own little one on there. I'm not a brand loyalist, so if I start having troubles with it, I will definitely let everybody know and make a video of it. And I'll definitely do one later on when I do a bigger review and when I get more hours on it. But again, if you get a chance, give one a shot. It might be worth your time. Thank you.